Hello friends, welcome to AIS, and this is the second lecture of Indian polity, and today we are going to talk about the philosophy of the constitution. In constitution, there are certain basic terms that are mentioned. These terms are rights, citizenship, minority, and democracy. We should know the meaning of these words, and we know that there are certain ideals that are embedded in constitution, and we should also know the reasons of their existence. We also know that there are different interpretation of constitution by different groups of people, and through constitution, democratic and peaceful transformation of society takes place. Indian constitution is liberal, democratic, egalitarian, secular, and federal, open to community values, and sensitive to the needs of religious and linguistic minorities. The first thing that we are going to talk about is the individual freedom. In the beginning of the 19th century, Raja Ram Mohan Roy was against the British colonial state for denying the basic freedom of press, and he said that state must permit unlimited liberty of publication. And later on in the Rowlatt Act, we see that British were also denying this basic freedom, and since then Indian constitution has a pretty strong liberal character. Social justice has been linked to the liberalism, and we know that scheduled caste and scheduled tribes have been provided with reservation of seats in legislature. This proves that we are socially equal towards various religious groups. Secularism. Secularism means the mutual exclusion of state and religion to protect the individual freedom and citizenship of the individual. Now, rights to religious groups. We know that the constitution gives rights to the religious groups to practice their religion freely. Next is the state's power of intervention. The state can intervene in this matter of religious matters and cannot be considered as a separate matter or cannot be considered as private matter, and state can intervene in those matters of religious importance. Liberal individualism. Liberal individualism is nothing but the freedom of an individual and the freedom provided by constitution to the individual, and not a complete strict rule such as monarchs do and such as dictators do, but there is some form of liberal individualism so that we can live in peace and harmony. We know that the India is very diverse nation, so different types of cultures coexist. In universal franchisee, women are also allowed to vote, and we have committed ourselves to universal franchisee. And in various developed nations, we see that women are allowed to vote because they are part of the workforce, and similarly we have also taken a step forward towards the development. In federalism, our Indian government is asymmetric, and we are asymmetric because of the different needs and requirements of different groups, and that is why it is not possible for us to remain symmetric, such as United Nations, which is symmetric, but in India it is asymmetric. The national identity of a citizen is identified through constitution, and they can practice various religious and various cultures freely in India. In the next lecture, we will talk about the fundamental rights in Indian Constitution. I hope you liked this lecture, and if you have any doubts, you can ask me in comment section. So we'll meet in the next lecture. Till then, keep learning.